He is the warrior you've heard of in legend, pure of heart and awakened by fury. That's right. On today's episode, we're reviewing Son Goku, Legendary Super Saiyan. Well, it's actually Super Saiyan, Son Goku, Legendary Super Saiyan, but I ain't trying to say all that. If you were to ask me what my favorite Dragon Ball saga was, I would have to say it was the Namek saga. This is the first saga I saw all the way through from beginning to end because I had a VCR set up to record every day after school. And if you've never had to set up a VCR to record, then you don't know what dedication is. You think Goku was dedicated training 100 times gravity? Try getting a VCR and stop blinking 12. All throughout that saga, they're teasing the legend of the Super Saiyan. Vegeta keeps mentioning how he thinks he's a Super Saiyan, trying to freak out Frieza. Frieza's like, you ain't no Super Saiyan, man. And then when Goku shows up, he's super powerful because he's been training, and Vegeta's like, is this dude just become a Super Saiyan and I'm not a Super Saiyan? Then finally, after healing from what they said it was about 50 minutes in the show, but in real life time, it was like 3 months. Goku finally shows up, doesn't hit Super Saiyan form until Frieza crosses the line and messes with Goku's best friend, Krillin, which they used to gather milk together. You don't mess with anybody you used to gather milk with. I mean, I never gathered milk, but I'm sure it's a bonding experience. I mean, me and my best friends used to try to get beer when we were broke, so I mean, that's pretty bonding. But spoiler alert, Frieza explodes Krillin and enrages Goku, and finally he turns Super Saiyan, and that's the figure we're looking at here today. Now this isn't a look from that exact moment in the series, but what moment is this look from? We're gonna touch on that a little bit later. What makes this Goku different from other Gokus, like maybe the full power Goku? Do any other head sculpts fit on this body? And if you're in the know, there's a rumor out there that the chest does not match the body. Is that a true fact? We're gonna take a look at that, but first we're gonna take a look at this box. Got this powerful image of Goku yelling enraged, and you have a photo of his APAC. If you want to talk about legends, that APAC is a legend to me because I've been trying to get that my whole life. Ain't nothing happened. I feel like Vegeta right now. Like, how did he do that? I gotta train at 300 times gravity? What I gotta do? Side of the box, you get an image of a power blast. You get an image of Goku in a Kamehameha stance, and you get an image of Goku's boot and his ripped pants. The back of the box, you get several images of Goku, but that's enough of that. I'm excited to get this box open. If you're new to this channel, it's 2 words we say every single time, and no, it's not Super Saiyan. It's
oh baby.
As you can see, we have a lot of stuff in this packaging. We have 6 pairs of hands, the 2 fists that come on this figure, 2 open palms,
or patty cake hands. I mean, I don't know. Goku's silly enough. If Frieza was down, he might have played around patty cake.
2 Kamehameha hands, 2 fingers where the ring finger and the pinky are slightly more closed for a karate stance, and even more karate stance pair of hands. And you get these 2 blast hands with prongs on the bottom of them. We'll take a look at how they work a little bit later. We also get 4 face plates. We get this stern face on the figure itself, which is the face that Goku gives to Frieza a lot throughout this battle. We get this grimacing face.
It's just like the look I make every time I see 90% of people watching these videos have not hit the subscribe button. And that might be you. Don't be that person.
The smirking face, and this rage yelling face I think a lot of us are happy about.
It's the face that they use on the image on the front of the package, and probably the face I'm gonna make when I finally hit 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. Help me be a legend. At least get paid. I'll put a lot of work into these videos.
Now let's take a look at the details on this faceplate, because I think that's where SH Figuarts really takes its most time and really shines. Usually the bodies of the figures don't have a lot of paint work, but they put some more paint detail into the faceplates usually. The detail on this face is pretty awesome. You get those light blue eyes. The detail on the mouth is really awesome. We also get 2 head sculpts and 2 bang options, which we'll take a look at this one first. This one seems to be the head sculpt of the hair blowing up where Goku's powering up. It has a flat line up front, so technically we get 3 bangs because these bangs are flowing up. You don't get any room to put on a sculpt of bangs. You just have 2 dots to put on this faceplate, which is right here. Now I've seen some people complaining about there being a gap between the hair and this faceplate. I personally in hand don't see that gap. Maybe that's just my figure. If you guys have an issue with that, let me know in the comments. You get good mold sculpting in the hair. Looks really cool. And be careful because you can't poke your finger. It is pretty spiky.
I'm curious to see how any of the base Goku heads look on this figure, but we'll take a look at that a little later on and see what that looks like.
We also get this pair of bangs, which has that swooping down bang. And listen, I'm a big Elvis fan. I kind of like to rock that Elvis look every once in a while too. So, I mean, Goku can have some swag, can he? And we'll take a look at this head sculpt and the body here in a second. But one thing I'm really excited about this figure is it came with the blast effect, something that's rare in today's SH Figuarts packaging. The effect is basically this ball and these blast effects, which you put together by simply, this is my first time putting together one of these blast effects. Really cool looking. Has this hole in the middle for this prong that's on the hands. So you can place it there on the hand. You can do some posing of Goku holding and palming the blast. If you're into stop motion, even better, that's a good little perk for you. Which if you do stop motion, I'm interested in learning. If you have any tips or if you're a stop motion channel, leave a link down in the comments. I would love to check that out. Now let's take a look at the figure itself. The moment the look of this Goku is based on is actually a moment that was very key in the Namek saga. It raises a question for me. It's my theory. Let me see what you guys think about this. There's a moment in the battle where it looked like Frieza actually killed Goku.
I did it! I won! Yes!
At that same time, Popo, that character that's a cancellation waiting to happen, was making a wish with the Dragon Balls to bring back everybody who Frieza or his henchmen had killed back to life. So when everybody was brought back, Goku was also brought back, and this is the image that we got. Goku came back a little bit more powerful from being beat to the brink of death. That's my theory. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments. I think he died in the battle, so he kind of lost. If it wasn't for Popo. But this hair sculpt is really cool. It has a swooping back look. Goku got all the traps and triceps for days. Now this chest piece, that's what a lot of people have had rumored issues with. And I think that's based off of the images that were shown before the figure was actually released. But I gotta tell you, now that it's in hand, I don't see a big mismatch between the coloring of the chest and the rest of his body here. This is actually the one time when I'm happy that SH Figuarts doesn't do line work on their bodies of the sculpts, because if they did the line work on these nips, man, I don't need that just popping out on me on my shelf, you know? Now it does look a little bit weird because they did put this hinge that's right here to allow for some movement. His articulation, but just elbow flex, not much, not a little bit more than 90 degrees maybe, but I mean, you got them biceps in the way, bro. I know how it is, man. Not really. This belt here is a separate piece. It's just a moldable plastic here. It's not really attached to the rest of it, but it's still cool looking with the tattered gi. We get a little bit of a shirt that's on here, like the blue that's on there. The orange on his pants here is really awesome. It has this kind of sunburst kiss look onto it, going from a darker orange to a lighter orange, and has a little bit of a yellow tint to it. And then we get the exposure of his knee. There's some battle damage scrapes on his legs here, which I don't know if I like it just being sculpted on there, if I would actually like to see some line work on there. It's hard to tell. Now, man, I'm a kid from the 90s. Kids used to wear torn up jeans like this all the time in high school. I wore them a couple times. I'm not a fan of my knees being exposed. It's a little chilly. Plus, for being somebody who turns into an ape, Goku's kind of hairless. I mean, my knees would have all types of little hair coming out. It's not a good look. Back of the knees don't look too awesome because it has that hinge there, but you can't really do anything to like hide that. But once again, who's looking at knees? I really like the sculpt on these boots. You get the toe hinge that's on here. You get a little bit of a rock side to side. He can't really look up too high. He can look down very much. I'm actually curious to see what a base Goku head looks like on this figure. There was a moment in the battle with Frieza where Goku powered down, went to his base form, told Frieza, it's over, dude.
It's done.
Like, you don't have any power, you keep losing power, it's done.
You're not even a challenge to me anymore.
And when you had that base look, you had this body type. So let's see if any of the base Goku heads actually fit on this figure and what that looks like. All right, now let's take a look at these base form Goku heads. And in order to do that, I decided to get down to my base form. I can't see that well sometimes. I need corrective lenses. Okay, on this side we have the SH Figuarts base Goku from Dragon Ball Super. On this side we have the new demoniacal fit base Goku head. Now I'm already gonna tell you guys this Goku from Dragon Ball Super, the pegs on there are a lot different from the peg that is on this figure right here. But there are a lot of people out there who make custom pegs. So I wanna take a look and see if the skin would even match. That way you guys can do a Google search to see if there's any pegs that are made out there. Let's take a look at this. Unfortunately, the skin on this Dragon Ball Super head is a lot lighter than the skin on this legendary Super Saiyan Goku, so even if there was a peg, it wouldn't really work. But it's not all bad news. Let's take a look at this other head, because the pegs on these two figures are different. But if we just take the peg off this figure, use the original peg from the DF figure, I believe it will fit on there, so let's check that out. And yes, it does. That actually looks pretty awesome. Skin tone is slightly different, but not enough to really stand out too much. It actually looks pretty good on this figure. What do you guys think? Being that the body on that DF figure is a little bit thicker, which I will do a review on that figure a little bit later on. So go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified. That way you guys won't miss out on that review when I do get around to doing it. But the body is thicker, which helps with this head and the neck. Not to look that bad really, so it actually looks pretty good in my opinion. It is a little loose, but not enough to like shake off or fall off or anything like that. So great news. If you guys do want a base form with this legendary Super Saiyan Goku, go out there and get that DF martial artist Goku. I'm saying DF because I got big lips and I mumble. I'm having the worst time saying demoniacal fit. Dang it, these big lips. And listen, I'm not against third parties or bootlegs. Sometimes bootlegs have their uses. Matter of fact, I recently accidentally bought a bootleg of Kid Goku from Dragon Ball, and then had to go out and get the actual figure. And there was some surprising benefits to getting the bootleg, some extra parts, some extra things. If you guys want to find out what that was, watch this video right here where I compare and review the original figure and the bootleg. And this channel doesn't do just Dragon Ball. Check out this playlist right here if you guys want to watch the rest of my reviews. There's some Batman, Ninja Turtles, and of course Dragon Ball. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see y'all next time.